Hi guys, my name is Ram Prasad. I am saying my your case URK 19CS1080 and I am saying about the system software compiler design experiment number 2 symbol table generation. Aim: write a program to scan the input program and generate a symbol table. And description: symbol table is a data structure containing a record for each identifier which fields are the attributes of the identifier. The attributes may give the information about the storage allocated for the identifier, data type and scope of identifier. By using these records, each of the identifier can be received easily and quickly. During the lexical analysis, the identifier will found and stored into the symbol table, but the attributes will not be stored in lexical phase. The compiler and the assembler will be having their own symbol table. The expression will be given as the input and the output obtained will be containing the table of information about the identifier algorithm, and thus we need to simple out input and output. Input int a b is equal to 5, char c is equal to d double add double x comma double y. See the output. The output should be like this, and let's see the program. Experiment number 2. F is equals to open input text. F is equals to input dot text. Open input dot text. Data type int float char double short long. D types and stack identifier initial values. Return type of parameters count. Input F read line R split. If input break, else for I in range len input. If input and input 1 plus I plus 1 is equals to and input I minus 1 is equals to and input I plus 1 is equals to. If join stacks in data types for j in range len input I plus 1 len input split. D type append join stack dot clear. Else if input I or input I is equals to if join stack dot find is equals to minus 1. If d type and len d types minus 1 is equals to char, initial values append join stack dot split is equals to 1. Else if d types len d types minus 1 is equals to float, initial values append join stack dot split. Else initial values append type of parameters append parameters count append return type append stack clear. Else if d types len d types minus 1 is equals to identifier append join stack type of parameters append parameters count append return type append initial values append. Else if d types len d types minus 1 is equals to float, identifiers append type of parameters append parameters count append return type append initial values append. Else if d type len d type minus 1 is equals to char, identifier append type of parameters append parameters count append return type append initial values append stack clear. Else if input f less than 0 greater than 0 and input find greater than 0, k is equals to input find, m is equals to input find d types append initial values append return type append input k split 0, identifier append input k split 1, parameters count append len input k split empty. For item in input k plus 1 len input minus 1 split. B is equals to item script split empty dot append type of parameters dot append empty break. Else if input stack append and print input print symbol table print t data type t return type t initial value t number of parameters t type of parameters. For I in range len identifier print string identifiers plus t plus string data types I plus t string return type I plus t string initial values I plus t parameters count I plus t string plus string type of parameters. And let's see the sample input. The input is int a comma b is equals to 5, char c is equals to d double add double x comma double y, and let's run the program. And the input is a int a comma b is equals to 5, char c is equals to d, double add double x comma double y, symbol table, and id a b c, data type int char, add return type double initial for id a, data type int, return type null, initial value null, and number of parameters null, type of parameters null, and id b, data type int, return type null, initial value 5, number of parameters null, type of parameters null. For c, id c, char, data type char, return type null, initial value d, number of parameters null, type of parameters null. For add, data type null, return type double, initial value null, number of parameters 2, type of parameters double. And thank you guys by watching my video.